All right. The Rasu is a shitbag arc is almost over. Mike, go ahead.
Before we get going, literally my message to Brock at the end of this episode was, Rasu!
Big bold letters.
Episode 22. That is my last duty. The Gurren Lagann and the Arc Gurren join together to form the massive Arc Gurren Lagann and stop the human annihilation system. This episode is awesome. I just gotta lead with.
We saw the shot. This is not the end of the intro shot for Final Forms. I'm sure that's not a spoiler because there's episodes left, but that ain't it.
I've been told things about how this show ends, but let's back up for a moment.
Yep.
Do you remember in episode 1 when Lagann was literally just a head with legs?
Just little guy. Just little guy. And now they're piloting a gunman so big that they need to pilot it with another gunman.
Yep. And eventually, Gurren Lagann controls the moon.
The moon. The Cathedral Terra. That thing is so cool. That was what I was talking about, where Team Gurren does not name it. Because only fucking Lord Genome could come up with something so cool sounding like the Cathedral Terra. Oh, I love that thing so much.
And we get a lot of great, just incredible space battles. I know we've been in the bleh arc for the past couple episodes, but this is the stuff this is the reason that you watch the show. You have the big space battles. They're in space. I should emphasize they're in space.
And not just great space battles. For the rest of the episodes moving forward, the dialogue between everybody in the show is beyond top notch.
One of my favorites is like the very first like interaction we see between Simone and Viral is like we're taking down that we're taking down that thing.
The laser cannon?
Yeah. We're taking out that cannon. Oh, so you're the boss of me now? No, it was a suggestion. All right, let's do it.
Then in that case, I accept. I was just like, he can't let Simone be better than him, but he's like, you're fucking A-right, we're taking out that laser cannon. He's kind of like, I like how you people think the more I actually think about how you do. He was the long-lost Team Gurren member they never knew they had.
Yep. It's just so good.
That one in the episode is tied for me with fucking Leron. It might be his best line in the whole show. He's like, awesome, we could buy it. You did it, Leron. I knew I could count on you. I don't want your words of encouragement. I want your burning heart, too. Can I kill him? You get used to it.
Okay, yeah, that was good.
Everyone's just like, Leron's weird. You'll get used to him.
Can I kill him?
Can I kill him, please? Man. God, the writing.
Also, when Gimme and Dari are, struggling, Yoko comes in. Gimme, pay attention. You sound like a school teacher.
Yep. Don't make me send you out in the hallway. Oh, man. She's just like instantly. She's just a kid. Like, you sound like a school teacher. Just like. And to go back to your point, this episode gets ridiculous like fast. I was not joking when I said the train gets a moving and it don't stop.
No, it does not.
No, it does not. Because they're instantly, he's still telling Rossiu, shut the hell up. Have you not been with me for 7 years at this point? Have I let you down once? And he flies towards them. And when I was in my naivete watching the show the first time, even I did not see the obvious thing they were going to do. I was like, he's going to crash through that Mugan with the other Mugan. I'm like, that's going to look really cool. Nope. He spearheads right into the front of Art Gurren. He's like, where'd you get it? Leron's just like, this is just another giant gunman. And then I'm like, wait, no. Huh? And then they make that thing come to life. It's like whenever they secure a Megazord, everyone's just like, all right, make sure all the living quarters and everything are secured. We don't know what's going to happen. And it's just, you talked about their fighting in space. They make the Art Gurren, and then its first action, they do a combined attack that breaks the space-time continuum.
Mm-hmm.
We have 5 episodes left.
5 episodes left, and they've done this.
It flung him to the farthest reaches of the space-time continuum, and Leron just says it like Simo took out the laundry. Then Keaton goes, yeah, that kid's ridiculous. They're just talking like Leron, like it's to the point of where they just go, you know what? My filter's gone. I don't doubt anything at this point. Go, Simo. Oh. And you even, like, I'm going to shut up. I'm saying too much. Talk.
I'm saving my Rossiu hate for the end because it feels like he's about to make his like you're better than me speech like Vegeta, but then he like doesn't.
Nope.
Is he about to do like the one more I hate you thing?
He is about to do something that was in the back of my mind that I didn't think the show would ever steer towards, but it leads to one of the coolest things Simone does in the show, in my opinion. It's something incredibly tiny. I won't say what it is, but it's fucking awesome.
Okay.
But we will get to that in the next episode, and I'm so happy we're not waiting. Because for those of you that don't know, we're recording this on Tuesday, the night of the election. Mike has stuff going on Wednesday, so we have to wait a day after ingesting 7 episodes within 2 days. So we have to wait before we get to it. So the end of the shitbag Rossiu arc is going to be our break before we're full speed till the show's done.
Yep.
So yeah, go ahead. You kept going with Rossiu.
I'm gonna put a pin in the Rossiu comments for now because the big emotional like core, no pun intended, of this episode is Simone and Nia's relationship.
Remember when I talked about column C?
For those who maybe didn't watch the previous episode, remind me again what columns A, B, and C were.
You mentioned was the reason that Nia keeps informing Simone specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
A?
The anti-spirals consider Simone to be their leader, so he's the person they talk to. Is it B? The writers went, she's going to talk to Simone because he's the main character. Or What
C.
I has thought with C, our little Nia is still there, and she is trying her damnedest to get into Simone's head to let him know that shit is bad and he needs to help them. Every time that Nia appears, she does not need to. Ever.
That's true.
It is not helping the anti-spirals at all ever when Nia still appears. In the courtroom, Simone's fucked. They don't need to do anything. They just need to let that ride and nothing's going to change. In the jail, there is beyond no reason that Nia needs to be there. And damn it, I love this show.
It's so perfect. But like the important stuff is the stuff that Simone says, that like every time that Nia has appeared, or every time it's more visual. Like the themes of the show are more visible with Nia in the anti-spiral in this season, but as Simone describes it, every time that they think they're at their lowest point, that's when they make their breakthroughs. Starting in the pilot, when they are literally trapped underground, Simone digs with the gunman, and they burst out out into the surface.
Yep.
And then that just keeps escalating every single time. So basically the idea behind this new season is like, all that stuff that's been, subtext, we're making that text now.
Yeah, we're gonna put it in big, pretty animation in every frame. And just let's not forget, leading up to that, literal Majora's Mask happens, for crying out loud, and the face pops up on the moon, and genome.exe starts going, go to the moon, go to the moon, it's my... They're like, is he having a server issue? Like, what's going on? And they're like, no, the moon is another fucking gunman. And it's his flagship to fight. The anti-spirals are such dickbags that they were going to destroy Earth with Genome's biggest weapon.
So Genome's prophecy it wasn't a threat, it was a warning.
It was a warning. He's like, you wouldn't believe me if I told you, and I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to be vague as fuck and hope you figure it out. And they're just like, oh yeah, by the way, get in there with a giga core drill and start it. Like, a giga core, again, we're like, nothing's beyond the possibility. He's going to start the moon. A statement I never thought. It's like... And yeah, what you were talking about with Nia, his speech ends with, in the entire time, he's just basically telling the anti-spiral version of Nia, I don't believe you. None of that is true. And you get to see the really cool flashbacks of Nia like screaming at Simone from like beyond the void to help her. And he's just like, why don't you believe anything that I say? If you were really beyond all hope, I can't exactly remember the exact quote, then why are you still wearing that ring? And they show for the first time that the anti-spiral version of Nia still has her engagement ring. I'm just like, oh!
Yep, this is the good stuff.
This.
And speaking of flashbacks, like there's flashbacks to everything from if not the moment they met, then like it's that scene like after she gets her haircut. So it's like it's from like episode 11 or something.
The flashback I think you're thinking of is when they're on top of Teplin.
Yep.
Yeah,
And when she says like I'm gonna head towards tomorrow. Tomorrow is everything that they've done in the last 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Simone does not like to give up.
No, that statement, unless he's denying it, is not in his vocabulary. He is very well able to say, I am not going to do that. He is physically incapable of saying he is going to do it. There's not many people that can only say a word in denial, but are like their brain just misfires when you try saying the word give up. And when you're going back, we skipped a little bit over Rossiu with the speech. But yeah, you're right. We actually should wait for that for a little bit so we could talk about it in the next episode. But man, I'm starting to run out of sheets of paper when oh man, well, a lot of what we have with Rossiu is the ending of it. But oh no, I took that back. The best thing about that speech is not the ring.
Oh.
No. I repeat to you people and reset the clock. Brock is mentioning self-esteem issues and having troubles having faith in myself sometimes. The badass version of the "so you're telling me there's a chance" from Dumb and Dumber happens. My chances of returning back to normal are almost 0.
Oh, wait. Can I say it?
Go right ahead, man.
That translates to me like 100% chance.
Exactly. That is Simone in a fucking nutshell. Almost 0. Good deal. That's 100% chance that we're going to do what we need to. God damn it, the writing is so good. That's such a simple statement, but it means so much.
Yeah, they nail what it's like to pretty much confront yourself. Because I see a lot of my friends going through similar stuff that I've been going through. You know, fighting their anxiety and depression, and I tell them the same things I tell myself, that anything that your brain is telling you is a lie. So just think the opposite thoughts of whatever you're feeling.
People tell me it enough, and every psychiatrist, therapist that I've seen, you are your own worst enemy. Nobody can get at you worse than you can because nobody knows you more than you do.
Mm-hmm.
So you know the exact way to break yourself down into a pile of nothing faster than anybody. And you have to learn to filter. And you have to learn to realize what is bullshit. And that is one of the biggest, we're exactly turned this into a therapy hour, but one of the biggest things that helps me with my dysthymia is you have to basically almost install a antivirus type of thing that kind of brings up you thought this, you're like, that sounds fucking stupid. Why did I even, that makes no sense. That is literally, no, that is not the situation. That is not this. I'm being dumb. Nope. Exit. No.
Think of it like Inception. Like you have like the spinning the spinning top.
Yep.
That top is your emergency thoughts. Like if you're having a panic attack or you're having like a depressive episode, break out the glass, and that's like your it's your lifeline.
Yep. I'm pretty sure I've said it on this show, but I was born January 7th. That's not long after New Year's. Every single year. And I'm still going to do it despite the fact that I just watched this 2 months away from my birthday. This is going to shoot pretty close to it. No, it'll probably pass it. It's 27 episodes. It'll pass it. I watch it every year on my birthday. If my birthday lands during the week, I take vacation. I do not break it. It is a lifelong tradition for me. I watch this every year on my birthday because it's basically New Year's. It's my birthday. It's my celebration of life. This is a thing where it's just like all of the unbelievably stupid shit that I've been thinking to myself. It's gone. This is just the pushes it away. It's out of it. It's what a friend of mine, Amber, referred to as it's a comfort show. It's like you said, the break the glass, take it out kind of thing. It's just your Control Alt Delete pretty much is what I like to think of it. It's your hard reset. It kind of just X-nays everything, which I can imagine not to the same degree, but with you, like with the Prince of Egypt.
Oh yeah, and we will talk about that.
Exactly. Not to be, I said there's some movies we're gonna do. That might be one of them. But
going back to this episode,
yeah.
When I mentioned the spitting top, I pretty much described that. That's pretty much how I described the ring.
Yep.
The ring is like the anchor that like because she's still wearing the ring, that means we know that Nia is still there. She is still Nia on the inside. And I think it's kind of cool how basically Nia drives the rest of these episodes.
She does. Nia is the Nia pretty much becomes a wow, it's a really simple term and it just left my head. The MacGuffin, I want to say. Nia is pretty much the MacGuffin of these episodes moving forward. And she, again, remember when we found Nia and she was just in a chest and she was a cute kid that wanted to cook some food?
And remember how Simone was the one who found her?
Yeah, finds her every time. Every time. Oh, Thursday. Thursday. Yeah, those two are so perfect for each other. And when you see him, I will find you, Nia, please move. And he starts it. And then it takes about 4 to 5 seconds. And then the Cathedral Terra starts going up. We all knew he didn't just Giga Drill break the middle of Nia. Obviously, but that 5 seconds. Also, we forgot to mention, Nia is literally a Mugan at this point. Or that thing we keep seeing of Nia is basically a Mugan, so that's why he had to stop. And the fact that she breaks for 2 seconds and just I can't remember exactly what she says, but she snaps out of it, actually 100% out of it for a little bit. Just getting to hear damn near teenage Nia talking to Simone. It's that little bit of shit's not so bad. It's still good. You can't. Ugh! And yeah, it's just. Ugh. But we've gotten the good juicy bits with Nia out of the way. We do need to. The main point of our. Before we get to the main point of all of the Rasiu's shitbag arc, which is Rasiu, we actually got to have another conversation with Genome and Viral, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something we shouldn't ignore.
We shouldn't ignore. And also the fact that it's and the Viral's even Even Viral was like, "You put Genome on the ship." It's another one of those moments where like him and Simone are so similar. It's scary how they would have been best friends if they had a different growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just like, no, it's not like we just brought him back to life. He just, again, and he says it like he's doing the dishes. We just made a biocomputer made out of his genes and everything. And I'm just like, Leron, that you didn't just flip a light switch. You made a biological computer with the villain from the first season.
I bet if there was an abridged series of Gurren Lagann, I'm pretty sure one of the lines between Vero and Gino would be Genome says, "Hey Vero, guess what? We're good guys now."
We're good guys. Yeah. and again, at the beginning of the show, like you said, Vero was a little predictable. We literally have the entire bad guy force of season 1 heading out with the heroes to go kick ass. That to me, it does not ever get, like you mentioned Dragon Ball. It's Android. I always get them mixed up. It's Android 18, right?
18 is the one that becomes Krillin's wife.
Yes, thank you. I always get 17 and 18 mixed up. I do need to finally finish it. I just caught reruns every now and then on Tsunami. But it's like, yeah, imagine if you put, oh man, they kill him. Who's the guy who made them?
Dr. Giro.
Dr. Giro. Like, this is basically them putting Dr. Giro's head in the center console. Like, at that point. But what I was getting back to, Viral goes, he's like, do not fret, whatever. This is actually, like, Genome is even like, this is actually a very pleasant experience. Like, he's happy to be a head on a dashboard. He's like, it's an exhilarating experience.
I've got no body, therefore I have no care.
I have no care. I am inside of my baby that I was going to. I'm literally my escape ship. He is more in tune with his own machines than anyone could ever hope to be. We had to make sure that was in there before we got it. But Rossiu, Mike has been made very apparent that at this point, he is very much a disappointed parent.
Mm-hmm. Here's the frustrating part. After everything that he's been through with Simone, never mind before the time jump. I'm literally talking about everything he's experiencing right in fucking front of him.
Yep.
He is still so up his ass that, like, while everyone else is celebrating, he's like, fuck this, and walks out.
He's like, he basically goes, he one-ups me every time, and then just walks away. And then it's just like, he starts, because it starts to hit him just how much he screwed up. Because when Simone, in a good way, is telling off the anti-spiral, like, every move you've ever done was to try and break us down, but it made us stronger. And then that's literally just Rossiu going, all that was calculated. All that was just to make us not feel what I want to say, persistent, to not feel courageous, to not want to fight forward. And I literally was the biggest dumbass on the planet. And now, weeks of me fucking this up, Simone fixed everything I did, and I'm going to say 20 minutes. They were in space to save them like that. He was been out of jail for max an hour, and he's gotten them back at square one. And still, he's like, I'm not better than him. That shouldn't be your thoughts, man. What did they do to you in Odd-Eye Village before Simone found you? Like,
it's like they had a delayed effect. Like whatever brainwashing he went through,
yeah, it's and then like you said, he just walks away. There's not even the only person that sees him is Keenon. Like, and in my head, I'm like, he's walking away. Where's he going? I'm like, wait. They're in the middle of space right now. Where are you planning to walk away to? You're not just going to go get in your car and drive away. You're in space. The only ship to get out there is the big one. They're not going to lose track of it. They're piloting your way home.
Right. So where is he going to go?
It's like, it gets answered, obviously, in the next episode, but it was just kind of like, dude, you're also so in your own head that you think you're going to walk away from everyone to the hull of the ship? Like, the whole ship is full of people. Where are you going to go have your alone, I'm a crybaby time right now? Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, it's weird to see someone maturely dealing with something in an immature way. What I mean is, he could have just sat there and cried about it, but he's just like, no, I'm still upset, and I'm still being a baby about it. I'm just not going to do that in here. Like,
it's going back to what I erroneously said at the start of the season. I'm like, did Rossyu grow a spine? No, he just grew a bigger head.
He just grew a bigger head.
Like, he already had a big forehead.
Exactly, you just read my mind.
Like, it grew bigger, but on the inside.
And on the inside, exactly. He became MODOK levels of having a big head. And like I said, that kid had a purpose outside of just piloting Gurren in the beginning of the show, but you just never got to know what it was until, like, we meet him in episode
5.
5? Yeah, I was going to say 5. You don't get to see it until 16 episodes later, like, just what his whole process is. Yeah. And I've heard some people say that, like, he takes a real big jump. I'm like, do you remember what his face looked like when Genome was talking? He's the only person out of all of them that had a religious upbringing. Quote unquote religious. So out of everyone, he's going to be the one that's kind of like, rules don't matter. My whole way of living is just...
One more episode to go until this arc finally concludes.
And you get to see... Again, I did not think this is what they were going to do with Rossyu. I say that a lot, but it's really good. It's one of the best things in the show. These last 6 episodes have some of the best, like, either minute to 10-second long moments in the entire series. But we'll get to it. So I have to ask Mike again. I don't know if there will be anything. Is there anything in this episode you would have changed?
You know what? I'll say it. I wish this was the end of the Rossyu is a shitbag moment, is a shitbag arc. But I reserve the right to redact that after next episode.
After next episode. Yep, exactly. Yep. That's perfectly fine. And I would get that. I really would. I would get why we've had to deal with Rossyu attempting to reduce Simone back to post episode 8 Simone and just couldn't do it. So we'll see what happens with him. Mike, where can everybody reach you?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at CaptainK42. Check out my quick thought reviews on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. Look for me in all the various Facebook groups just at my name. Find Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Twitter at Ren Pop Culture. Check out all our podcasts on Anchor, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you listen. Last but not least, don't forget to check out renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
Absolutely. You can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch. The time is approaching for me in current day. After this, it'll probably be a month since I've had my PS5, but you'll be catching me streaming a lot of stuff. Likely by the time this comes out, I'm going to laugh if this is actually accurate, but I'll likely be streaming Godfall or DMC5 Special Edition. So be looking out for that, because I'll have Spider-Man done long by the time this thing comes out, because as of right now, we just did...
Episode 6.
Episode 6. Yep, we just did episode 6. And we're recording episode 22?
The next one will be 23.
23. So we're 16 episodes ahead. Which is fine. Like I said, we're going to have a lot of stuff stocked up, which I'm perfectly fine. We found an easy way to actually do something we could do during quarantine, and I'm very happy that we did, because we could do a veritable large amount of stuff under this umbrella, since it's just fresh takes. It could be both of us. It could be one of us. It could be a friend. We're very open to bringing people in to do stuff, because it'll be interesting, and StreamYard can handle up to 10 people. So we might get nuts one day. I don't know. But yeah, thank you, everybody. I say this a lot, and I mean it with all my heart. There was a person that actually commented on one of our reviews the other day. If you are still watching, we love you. We appreciate you. And we love everybody else too. Spin on, and we'll see you in the next review.
Peace.